Hi there, welcome to SnR Investor, where we trade support and resistance. In this Just Talking episode, I will share with you why I love support and resistance investing. First, I like to share with you my investing story of how I got started almost a decade ago. When I first began my investing journey, I learned the different ways to dollar cost average, to buy an investment through a broker. It was all a very new experience. Also, selecting what to buy. When I first got my investment account, I just use whatever cash I have and just buy the investment I wanted at whatever price it was at the point in time. I did not pay much attention to the price that I buy my asset at, because I have the idea that I'm a long-term investor at that point in time, almost a decade ago. Then I thought and believed that like buying at any price is an okay price because I'm going to hold this investment for 10 years or more. So I guess it doesn't really matter what price I buy it exactly at. It's just small little details that I do not need to pay attention to. Then many years later, some of those investments gave me good gains. I was profiting from them, but some of them give me a negative return. I did not profit from them. I made some losses in those investments. So it got me to think like maybe being naively just a long-term investor and buying at whatever price using the dollar cost averaging idea, just whatever price it is today, I will just buy, might not be such a good idea after all. So that began my search for a better way to invest, but also to invest without so much complexity that is required. Because technical analysis can really get really complicated very quickly when you start to add many different types of indicators onto the chart to analyze price action. So I landed on support and resistance after exploring all the different ways of looking at price action, because support and resistance is a simple idea and it's easy to understand and implement. It's also a good place for most people to start when learning technical analysis without getting into the rabbit hole of investing indicators and price action strategies. So one of the main reasons that support and resistance really appealed to me was that instead of just blindly buying an asset at whatever price it is at the day that you buy, it provides a boundaries to work off instead of just guessing. Using support and resistance, it can help me to determine whether I might be wrong and it's a good time to sell, or I might be right and it's a good time to buy into the asset. So also support and resistance is also the same for everyone. For me, if I see this support and resistance level on the monthly or weekly chart, you are most likely also going to see the same support and resistance level. So it is quite unambiguously derived. So there won't be any difference between the support and resistance that we observe on the chart between you and me. So I like how it provides this consistent level of price level that I can be interested in buying or selling at. So by using support and resistance, it helps me to be able to wait for price to behave in a certain manner before I buy into the asset, or for me to learn how to take profits when I'm in profit. So what I've learned over the decade or so in investing is that some at times when you are in profit, do take profit, because price could very easily reverse to the downside after making a very strong up move for many months or years. You never know what price will really do in the future. So when there's a chance to take some profit, I should have taken profit in the past. So coming into the future, I would definitely follow the advice to take profit when I'm in profit using support and resistance. Usually some resistance do hold quite well, so taking profit at a strong resistance is definitely a good idea. You can always buy back at when it retraces back to the support at a later date. Also, over time, the more I use support and resistance, it also helps me to train my anticipatory mental muscle in investing, which I think is a very useful skill. And support and resistance is not something that you only see in the future. They are levels that you are already aware of before price reaches them. So it helps you to be able to anticipate and form a sort of a simple thesis of what price will need to do in order for you to want to go into action to buy or to sell. And this also helps you to get your mindset into thinking in terms of probability, which is very useful for investing. So you want to think, okay, if price goes towards this support and it holds, the probable of price stabilizing at a level and maybe making a up move back to another resistance is quite likely or not likely. So it will help you to train yourself to think in terms of what is more probable and what is less probable. So over time, the more you use support and resistance, the more it also gets you to be able to see price behavior more clearly, as well as price do tend to move between certain price levels more often than not. That's why I love support and resistance investing. We have reached the end of this Just Talking episode. I hope you have enjoyed what I have shared. Please give this video a like and subscribe to receive future updates from SnR Investor. Learn more at SnR Investor. Thank you and goodbye.